Shalom, Yasher Allah. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and infinite glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles, the great millstone. Peace and salutations to Yehovah Ledakim that laboring by pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. This is your brother Amar. I'm here from the GMS Boise, Idaho camp, coming at you again with another lesson of this article that I came across on Instagram. I use Instagram for, many different reasons. And the main reason is being able to source up-to-date information, live videos, chariots, judgment. It's a really good tool to use. Not that I use that to push truth, because that is not an approved platform, but it does give you a lot of good lessons or ideas for lessons. And this was one that caught my eye and kind of made me laugh a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. This is American news. 49,449 Americans have committed suicide in 2022, hitting record high. Why so? Why is that? We understand that this place is on its way out. These people are losing money, inflation, losing jobs, getting the stress of the world, gas prices, their wives leaving them because they ain't got no money, cheating on them, kids saying, "Daddy, I want those I want that new PS5 that you promised me. I'm sorry, son, we can't do it." The trivial things, man. But more importantly, they understand that their kingdom is falling down, man, right before their eyes, man. That golden generation after World War II, like they call them, fucking crackers, man. This is something that is not the America that they fought for. This is not the America I fought and died for. Gave my life. This is America, god damn it. Type of mentality, man. And I'll read more about the article, but this is just a show of how much this place is stressed out, man. That's why a lot of people are offing themselves. That's why you see these Edomites fucking killing their whole families and blasting themselves, man. Because this is it, and it's mainly Edomites killing themselves. And I'll show you in this article. I'm going to continue reading. This is according to the CDC. 49,449 deaths were attributed to suicide in 2022. Of the victims, over 39,000 were men, with women making up just 1/5 of the total number. Despite making up 50% of the population, males have routinely had a much higher suicide rate than females. Why? Because the man carries most of the burden. That bitch at home is fucking saying, why don't you provide better? Why don't you get food on the table? Why do I have to cut back on my nail appointment? Why do I do this? Why do I do that? My work husband is over here and his wife's happy. All this types of stuff. I'm just putting hypothetical scenarios out there. But that's how these women think, man. If you're not providing and you're not showing any sort of benefit, they're looking at you sideways, man. Because that's just how women are across the world, across the board, man. This is continuing. This is over 37,000 so-called white Americans killed themselves, while for Black and Hispanics, the numbers were far lower. That's because we're way more of resilient people, man. We know what it's like to go through hell, and we are the stronger nation physically and mentally, man. Jake will live in the ghettos, the third world countries, man, with still have a smile on their face, man. They won't even have shoes on their feet, man. They're still smiling, man. Even though that it's hard, they still find a way. Like, I actually saw a statistic not too long ago that so-called Mexicans are actually one of the most, Slovakia is the most happiest country in the world, because we put values around core family values. We do a lot of fiestas, get together with the family, even though we may not have a lot of money, but we have a strong connection with family and faith, whether it be zeal and not according to knowledge, but that resilience is still there in Jake, man, across the board. This is continuing at 30, while for Black and Hispanics, the numbers were far lower at 3,825 and 5,120, respectively. Just under 1,500 Asians committed suicide, and those Asians most likely were because they didn't have too many zeros in the bank, or their wife left them, their wife cheated on them. A lot of these people, these Edomites, these other nations, they're weak, man, weak-minded, weak in everything, man, and we are the stronger nation. as scriptures say. This is Genesis 25 and 23. And the Lord Yahweh said unto her, two nations are in thy womb. This is talking about Esau and Jacob. And two manner of people, that goes into how they look, shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people. And that is Jake, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are going to be stronger than these cracker-ass pasty Edomites. And the elder shall serve the younger. That's because Jacob, at the end of the day, was the one who got the birthright. Because why? He didn't steal it. Esau sold it for an uncooked piece of meat, man. So that's why the Lord, he says that he despised his birthright. So we understand that mentally, these Edomites fucking through, man. They not built like us. Point blank, period. They're not built like us. They don't work the hard jobs. They don't make society go round like the movie Day Without a Mexican, man. A Day Without a Mexican. All America went in chaos, man. And just for an example, look what happened with Florida. You have millions and millions, almost $1 billion projects, industrial complexes, commercial jobs, large residential apartment buildings that did not meet their deadline of completion. So what happens every day on a commercial job when you go past the date of completion, the builder is fined hundreds of thousands of dollars daily for not having it done on time, you know? Now Florida's scrambling trying to find people to do this jobs when no one's going to do it, man. These working class Americans are not going to do what they're supposed to do. When I say working class Americans, I mean these Edomites. So this is another scripture just about suicide, because you're not supposed to, off yourself, and if you do, it's like you're not going directly to hell. It's just the Lord's will. That's just how he decided to take you out. And a lot of these Edomites don't want to serve the judgment. That's why after they kill their families, go on a shooting, they just blast themselves, man. They don't even go out in a shootout with the cops, man. They just fucking off themselves. This is Wisdom of Solomon 1 and 12. Seek not death in the error of your life, and pull not upon yourselves destruction with the works of your hands. And that is, it is very rare, man. I don't think in my lifetime, so far, have I heard a so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American actually offering themselves. But I have heard multiple stories in my life of Edomites killing themselves, whether it be through the grapevine when I was in high school, such and such and la-di-da. And I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. So this is just another article. It's sad that our people off themselves, that small number of the Latinos and Native Americans and so-called Negroes that off themselves, that's sad, man. They like the scriptures say, gird up thy loins like a man, because we are living in hell, man. And the sooner that you realize that, the easier it will be to deal with. Let me repeat that. The sooner you realize that you're living in hell, the easier it will be to deal with it. And that's why you'll run to the comforter known as the scriptures. Because we have the comforter. These other nations, they don't have the comforter, man. They got the fucking dollar bill and Bud Light. That's what they got. They got a dollar bill, their money, and Bud Light. And that's not cutting it these days. That's why America is the #1 drug consuming nation in the world, man. Because these dumbass fucking Americans need to be drunk or high all the fucking time just to maintain their day to day. And that is just the reality of it, and that's the statistics of it. So again, man, whatever you're going through, Jake, just know that it could be worse, man. Look at the other Jakes in the third world countries, without shoes, sharing one meal between 3 siblings just to stay alive, selling candy on the side of the street in Mexico just to stay alive, man. We here in America, we don't have it bad. We got it rough. We eat shitty ass food, but we ain't got it bad. Like the Elder Brock Collis says, if you're in this truth, do what you got to do, eat your fucking Pop-Tart, and keep it pushing, man. Because this is not even hard as it's going to get in Jacob's trouble, man. And these people are offing themselves before Jacob's trouble just because it's hard. You know how many suicides are going to happen during Jacob's trouble? It's going to be astronomical, man, because these people know that their time is done, man. No more America reign. Guess what? And these Asians think they got next. Even they ain't got next, man. These so-called Moabites, I should say. So this place is through, man. This place is done. And the statistics are showing it, man. Just like that, hitting a record high. Yeah, there could be more population, but the population's been long for a while. It's the suicide rate that is going through the roof with these grimy ass Americans, man, because their American dream is just that, a dream. When they wake up to the reality of the country that they live in and the way that their government treats them, they want to off themselves because they know that there's no way to attain the so-called white picket fence, green yard in the suburbs that your kids play. That's a fucking a fantasy land at this point, man. And that's what they're still fighting for because they don't realize it yet. But as soon as they do, boom, shotgun to the fucking bottom of the jaw, you know? Like that one guy that tried killing himself, he ended up blowing his face off, still living, getting a face transplant, and then looking like a fucking ogre for the rest of his life, you know? That's why it is crucial to fear Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Because if you fear him, these other things will not make you that afraid that you're going to have to go through in life. Because us, in this truth, man, speaking for myself and these brothers, we don't fear death because we know what's on the other side. But we know that there's still a very important job to do on this side to keep pushing, keep persevering, spreading the word, feeding the sheep, highways and byways, being there for your brother, man. We know that this isn't about us and how comfortable we are. This is about lifting up another brother and being there for our brothers, man. Being there for your fellow soldiers that are side by side next to you in the battlefield, man. Yeah, you got to work hard and provide for your wife and kids, etc. But the main thing is this truth. The main thing is making sure that fruit that's coming in, like my head of my camp always says, is taken care of and fed. So that is the main point, man. And when you realize that's what you got to do, the rest of this world is a lot easier to deal with, man. That's why, again, we have the scriptures known as the Comforter. So Yahweh Ratazat, this lesson be edifying to the elect. And with that, I'll give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash, Shalom, DTA, and Abba Babal. Soon.